Welcome to Beats and Tech. Yo, I'm Man at Arms, and the first thing I want to show you guys is Microsoft PowerToys. I kept saying Microsoft Power Tools before. I don't know, I guess it should be called Power Tools. I don't know why they call it PowerToys, but they do. And what it is basically a Windows customizer. It's a Windows customizer, so sorry Mac people, I don't know what to tell you. I don't do Macs, and I mean, I guess people who have Macs, they would already say, oh, we already have that, because you got a little fancy bar that goes down in front. But this is a little bit more than that. This is kind of an enhancement to existing Windows, and I'll kind of show you eventually what is actually in it. I'm gonna go ahead and share my desktop right quick. So Microsoft PowerToys, if you could even just Google it, Microsoft PowerToys, and like the first thing it gives you right here is the actual link to it, and that'll actually take you here. You can install it, just download it, install it. Gives you the requirements for it as far as like specifications for your computer system, and what I'll do. And it'll give you like a GitHub link. And from here, typically you're gonna pick the PowerToys setup, the x64 for most of us, unless you got a super old PC, which I doubt. A modern PC is gonna be an x64. I would get the executable and not the zip. I don't even know the purpose of the zip outside of it saves file space. It compresses the file, makes it smaller. Even though when you have to extract it, it's going to make it larger and you're going to have two files. So you don't want that. So anyway, I would download this and install it. I'm going back to this tab here just to give you a quick rundown of kind of what's in here. It has always on top, basically enables you to pin on top of other windows. And if you click the actual example, I guess this one doesn't show you, but some of these gives you like a video representation of actually what it actually does. Let's see. PowerToys Awake is designed to keep a computer awake without having to manage its power and sleep options. So this is something that basically, I don't know if you've had your computer where you have like a little bit of inactivity, and it makes it to where your computer by default in Windows settings, it may turn off, it may go in sleep mode or whatever. Just basically you can do it from here on the desktop and not actually have to dig into your computer settings to actually make a change. The real cool things are your color picker. It's something that a lot of people use. I mean, we all kind of use it, and if you don't use it, you should be using it, especially if you're using something, if you're doing any kind of design work or any kind of, and it doesn't even have to be nothing too extensive, but if you're using Canva, let me show you right quick. I'm gonna share my desktop. So this is the color picker. Let me scroll back up. Where'd it go? All right, here we go. And this is basically a kind of a shortcut key that allows you to select, let me do it right quick, anything on your screen and get color from it. Get the hex code. There we go. See, so I can pretty much select anything on here and it'll give me whatever that is. And then if you click it, let's see, I'll go back here, and you left click it, it gives you the code right here. And then you can just copy this. And if you're using Canva, if you're using any other design application like Photoshop or whatever, where there's a color palette of any sort, you can just paste this into there and use that in your actual design work. So that's another thing that I like to use, comes in handy, makes it real easy to select colors. So, fancy zones, this is another one that I like to use because it enables you to basically have multiple things on your screen, and you can kind of chop your screen up into like thirds, fourths. You can have different arrangements. And here, I'll show you real quick. There we go. Now you can see I got 1, 2, 3, and whatever the highlighted one is, it'll drop it in there. Let me move this out of the way. Let me find another window right quick. So yeah, so I got, the two windows up here, or two browsers, should I say, one on one half, one on the other, and I still have this other open part of my desktop that you can still kind of see this open, and we can put something else in there if we wanted to. So, but yeah, that's another one that's dope. And then there are just a few other ones. Some of these, I don't, if you're a real tech savvy person, some of these might come into play, like your host file editor. Most people are not going to use that. This is for if you're having, let's say you're having DNS issues, and sometimes you may have to hard code, or actually put like a DNS IP address or something in your host file. We use this at work sometime when people are having DNS issues. It's kind of a quick fix to some things, but I don't necessarily recommend, if you haven't done anything or this is not what you do, I don't recommend going in and edit your host file. It's not necessary. Image resizer, now this is cool. And you can kind of watch the little tutorial right here of showing you how it actually works. Let's see if I'll come back to it and refresh it. But it's kind of a quick picture resizer. Renames them, duplicates them, changes the size to whatever you selected. So that's real cool, especially if you're doing like some things for the web. You got files on your computer that you need to change for, I don't know, website upload or what have you. That's cool for that, to quickly reduce file size of photos. Otherwise, if you don't want to use that, you can always get some type of app on your phone. I use apps on my phone, but this is also cool as an added feature. Another one that I like to use is the plain text. Basically, you can select anything on the screen. Well, there you go. I had trouble with my mouse. And I'll show you something. Here's another tool I'll eventually show you guys too, that I like to use. See where I got this Windows Shift T. That was it right here. And you can paste pretty much anything. You can select anything pretty much anywhere that has text in it. Perform that shortcut action, copy and paste it to a Word doc, or what you'll see here is Notepad++, which is another tool, but that'll be another tip for another day. But yeah, you can just copy and paste it in there. So that's good for like OCR, optical character recognition, something quick that you can use to grab text and put it somewhere else. So that's another feature that I like. And this on-screen ruler, that one's dope. And they don't have a video for that one. Text extractor. Yeah, it's kind of what we just very similar to what we just used, but it's just another way. And that's kind of it for that. I don't really use this one, have no reason to really use it. And this is kind of a further video, it's like 17 minutes. But the cool part with Microsoft is that they often have, like, some of their applications, they have like quick tutorials to show you how to do some of the things that the software can actually do. And those are free, of course. But yeah, this tool is completely free, and I highly recommend it. This is something that I use at work every day. And between that and the other tool, Notepad++, kind of makes a lot of things easier for, like, if you got to take quick notes or grab text real quick from something and copy it and send it to somebody, or, like I said, resizing of photos or having multiple screens on your desktop. That really comes in handy. So I hope you can take that tip, use it, and actually, again, what the purpose of this is to try to make your life easier. So again, like I said before, there are millions of people on this planet, but nobody knows everything. And hopefully this is something that can enhance your knowledge. So thank you guys for checking out the episode, and see you again. Peace.